Peace and love, everybody, and welcome back to Yoga with Luisana. I'm so excited to be back. I know it's been a minute, but I'm here, still breathing, still existing, doing a thing. I just had to take a whole 2-year break, but we're back in action. I'm really excited to bring this flow to you. It's not going to be a super long flow, but it'll be a very juicy and very invigorating flow to wake up the body. And you can practice this flow in the morning and even in the evening. So no particular time of the day that you have to practice this, but we will be focusing a lot on the hips and also the hamstrings. So very excited. So to begin here, we're gonna go ahead and get started in our nice comfortable seat. And maybe if you would like, start to close your eyes down, or if it feels a little bit more comfortable for you, start to soften your gaze. And then noticing here, if you wanna bring the palms to face down to feel a bit more grounded today. Or you can also bring the palms to face up to allow there to be a little more energy to be received in the body. And before we start our practice today, let's go ahead and connect to our breath. So let's take about 3 cycles here. So wherever you are in this space today, take a really deep belly breath in and clearing it out the body. 2 more breaths, just like that, a really deep inhale. And a cleansing exhale. And taking 1 more breath, making it the biggest breath of your day. And that breath of the body. Now let's go ahead and bring both of our palms to our heart center. Start to bow the chin to the chest. And can you take the next few cycles of breath just to start to set an intention for your practice? Now this intention can be maybe a motivation of what brought you onto your mat. Maybe there's even that little why of why you showed up here today. Or maybe you're just here to move the body, to just flow, to just breathe. So noticing what is coming up for you in this space. And then once you have your intention, can you start to sit that at your heart center with love? And can you allow that to guide you throughout our little journey today? And from here, we'll go ahead and take a really deep breath in to seal our intention in. And that breath of the body. And we'll go ahead and start to flutter the eyes open here. And we'll start to bring the palms alongside us. So we're gonna take a moment here just to send some love into our shoulders. So we'll go ahead and reach the arms around, up and overhead. Maybe draw the gaze up as well. And on the exhale, we'll go ahead and release the palms down and drop the chin to the chest. So we'll take that 2 more times. Inhaling to reach the arms up, take up space. Exhaling to release the arms, chin to chest. So we'll take 1 more here. Inhaling to lift the body up, reach those arms high. This time on the exhale, we'll take a seated spinal twist over to our right. So you can allow the palms to rest down either towards the earth or towards your thigh here. And then keeping the spine really nice and long, can you use your breath out to maybe twist from the navel and the core a bit more towards the right side of your space. And then we'll hold here for about 2 more cycles of breath. So we'll take that deep belly breath in and clearing it out the body. Taking 1 last solid breath in. And clearing it out the mouth. Very carefully, we'll start to reach the arms around, up and overhead. Maybe draw your gaze up as well. And on the exhale, we'll take our seated spinal twist over to our left. So noticing once your palms land onto something firm, keep the spine really nice and long. Crown of the head will guide up towards the sky. And then can you use the power of your breath out to twist a little bit deeper towards the left side of your space. Yeah, take time here also to connect to your breath. So we'll take that deep belly breath in. And clearing it out the body. Taking 1 last breath in here. And that breath out the mouth. Very carefully, we'll start to reach your arms around, up and overhead. Maybe draw the gaze up as well. And then we'll go ahead and release the arms alongside our body. And then we'll start to shift forward to hands and knees into our tabletop pose. I recommend bringing palms beneath the shoulders and then our knees beneath the hips. And then we'll start to incorporate a few little rounds of our cat and cow here. So we'll go ahead and tuck the toes under. Allow yourself to lift the heart up into your cow spine. And on the exhale, as you untuck the toe, can you draw the belly in into your cat? So taking this on your own breath at your own pace, for about the next 6 more cycles of breath. And then noticing here as you are moving into your own cats and cows, I like to recommend, if they're not already, maybe you keep your eyes closed down or even soften the gaze. You can really internalize these movements within your own self. And then if you also want to start to incorporate some intuitive movements, and you can as well, like sitting back onto the heels, maybe you take a little hip rolls or hip circles, maybe even little neck rolls or neck circles, whatever's calling you here. And we'll take these cats and cows for the next about 2 more cycles of breath. So just allow your body to explore. And just 1 more round of breath wherever you are. And then very carefully, once you draw your spine back to center, we will go ahead and tuck the toes under, and we'll start to send the hips up and back into our first down dog. And this is our first down dog of practice, so be generous, y'all. Maybe you take a little pedaling of the heels, a little fluttering of your lips, or a few deep cycles of breath, whatever is needed to really find this foundation. And then noticing here as well, we're gonna go ahead and firm down through the palms, and I recommend to just spread out the fingertips. So you're really rooting the palms into the earth, and maybe keep a soft bend of your knee to send the hips up just a little bit higher here. Yeah, so you create this really nice foundation in your down dog. And then once you find this nice solid down dog, we'll take a really deep collective breath in and clearing it out the mouth. Nice, y'all. Very carefully, we're gonna take a little peek to the top of our mat. We'll go ahead and look, step or hop into your forward fold. I'm gonna go ahead and step forward here. And then using your next breath in, we'll inhale to a half lift, so create a really nice flat back. And on your exhale, release and fold back into your forward fold. So let's take that pulse 1 more time. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to release and fold back into your forward fold. So from here, we'll go ahead and root to rise up. Bring your palms to touch overhead. I'll take a full little back bend here to just rinse that away. On the exhale, we're gonna go ahead and straight away make our way back into our forward fold. So maybe swan dive the body forward. Inhaling to a half lift. Exhaling to plant the palms, step, or if you're ready, you can hop back to plank. I'll never say no to hop back. Noticing as you are making your way back into your plank pose, press those palms into the earth here. Keep the core really nice and strong. Now we're gonna hold here for a little bit of time. So just acknowledging your strength. I know it's not always so easy, but you're here and you're doing the thing. We're gonna go ahead and take 1 more cycle of breath here. And then very carefully, we'll start to tap the knees directly down, untuck your back toes, and start to lower your chest all the way down to the earth. Beautiful. Inhaling to peel the heart open for your baby cobra. So you want little to no weight in the palms first. And then as you press out the tops of the feet, can you maybe lift the heart space up just a little bit higher? Take a breath in. Exhale to release your whole body back down. Press back through your hands and knees, and then we'll send the hips straight back up into down dog. Yeah, you got it here, y'all. So noticing as you're settling back into your down dog, just take a moment to be a witness of what is coming up in your mind, what's coming up in the body. And can you allow yourself this time to reconnect back to yourself? So we'll take that deep cleansing breath in and clearing it out the mouth. Nice, y'all. So from here, we're gonna pick up the pace here slightly just to warm up the body. We're gonna make our way into a few rolling rounds of sun salutation A, just to really warm up. So once you're ready, we'll take a little peek to the top. You can go ahead and look, step or hop into your forward fold. Inhaling, half lifts. Exhale to release for forward fold. Inhaling to root to rise up. So rise and shine. Take your little back bend. And on the breath out, we'll just let this go straight into a forward fold. Inhaling, half lifts. Exhaling to plant the palms. Now here you have the option either to step back to plank, or you can actually hop back here, but with bent elbows. So we'll start to lower halfway down. Elbows are guiding next to the rib cage. Inhale, we'll go ahead and press up into our upward facing dog. And with the exhale, we'll go ahead and press back into down dog. So taking time to acknowledge that as we start to make our way into our flows and into our full sequences, you can choose what feels best for your body. So you can take the option 1 of a modified flow, or you can take chaturanga if that feels okay for the body. But wherever you are in this space, we'll take a collective breath in and clearing it out the mouth. Nice, y'all, you got this. We're gonna take 2 more rounds of that sun A, just like that. So we're gonna take that little bend of the knee. We'll look forward, look, step around into your forward fold. Inhaling, half lifts. Exhale to release for forward fold. Inhaling to root to rise up. So maybe lift the heart space, take your back bend. And on the exhale, we'll just let this go into a forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to plant those palms. Step her out back to your plank. Optional flow to rinse it away. And we're meeting back into down dog. Yeah, you got it, y'all. So as always, take time to just reconnect back to the body and reconnect back to the breath here. I know it's not always so easy, but we're here. Again, doing the thing, being mindful, allowing ourselves to move the body with ease and with grace. And wherever you are in this space, we'll take a collective breath in and clearing it out the mouth. And just one more round here, y'all. You got it. We'll take that little bend of the knee, look, step around into your forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale to release for forward fold. Inhaling to root to rise up, so rise and shine. Take a little back bend. On the breath out, we'll just let this go into a forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to plant those palms. Step her hop back to your plank. Optional flow to rinse it away. And we'll meet back into down dog. You got it, y'all. So from here, we're gonna take a little moment of rest into a child's pose. So we'll go ahead and release the knees down, hips onto the heels. I recommend to draw the knees to the outer edges of your mat. And then once you set the hips onto the heels here, reach the arms forward and maybe take a little rock from side to side here. Maybe even a little rock of the head from side to side too, to give the third eye that nice little massage. And again, take this time to just come back to your body, y'all. Come back to your heart space. Come back to your intention, that little purpose of why you're here. And take the next 2 cycles of breath to just reconnect back to your body. And we are going to start to make our way into a little sequence here. Let's get a bit more into the hips. So using your next breath in, we are going to go ahead and send the hips up and back into down dog and take that little moment, y'all, to re-arrive. You can pedal out the heels, flutter out the lips, take a few deep cycles of breath, whatever is needed to reset the self. But once you do make your way back into down dog, we'll go ahead and lift the right leg up and back first. This time we're drawing the right knee towards the nose and we'll step it through for low lunge first. You want to make sure right knee is over the right ankle, and then we'll lower this left knee down, untuck the back toe, and we'll raise the arms high. Yeah, so just take a little moment here to just settle into the hips and settling into the upper left quad. And then if you want to take this a little bit deeper for the hips, maybe you grab onto your opposite elbows and take a little back bend here. Only if that feels okay for the spine and only if that feels okay for your lower body here. So we're going to hold here for a moment just to send love into those hips, y'all. So we're going to hold here for a count of 3. Breathing here for 2. Holding here for 1. And then once you're ready to release, we'll reach the arms back up to the sky. We'll plant both palms down into a half split. So you want to go ahead and lengthen out this right leg. And noticing as you are lengthening out your right leg, you want the right toes to be guiding up. Maybe a soft bend of this right knee. And then maybe here you take a really nice long spine. So inhale to a flat back. And on the exhale, we'll drape our body right over this right thigh. And just let the head go here so there's no tension in the neck. And allow yourself to breathe, y'all. Breathe love into the hamstrings. Breathing love into the lower body. And we'll take about 2 more cycles here. And just 1 more round of breath. And very carefully, we'll take a little peek to the top of our mat. Start to crawl yourself forward into low lunge. We'll lift the left knee up and then use your inhale to rise the body up into your high lunge. So slow and steady, y'all. Always wins our little race. You are here, you're breathing. Keep this really nice bend of the right knee, maybe a little bit of a soft bend of the back knee. And then as you're making your way into the space, we'll cactus out the arms. So take your version of your back bend. And then noticing with your inhale, we'll press those arms back up and then we'll wing them back into a power high lunge. So we're gonna take that one more time. Inhaling to lift the body up, cactus out the arms, take your inhale. Exhale to press those arms up. We'll wing them back into our power high lunge. Hold here for just 1 more cycle of breath, you got it. And then we'll use our next breath in to lift up into our warrior 2. Yeah, so let it go, y'all. It's in the past, so no worries. From here, you want to draw the right foot to bisect the arc of the back. And as you're sinking the hips low, getting really deep into this right hip crease here, we're going to go ahead and flip the front palm to reverse our warrior, to just let that go. On the exhale, our side angle posture. So place the right palm either to the inside or outside of your right foot, or maybe right forearm to thigh if that feels better, but just keep lengthening this left arm high, and we're breathing a lot of love into the hip space. So we're gonna hold here for a little bit of time. If you do wanna take a half bind, maybe left arm around the back, possibly a full bind, right palm to meet the left, but only if that feels okay for your lower body. So we're gonna hold here for just one more cycle of breath. And then if you do have that full bind, a very gentle release, can you keep the bend of this right knee? And we'll lift everything back up to reverse our warrior. On the exhale, we'll cartwheel both hands down, step back to your plank, optional flow to rinse that away. And we'll meet back into down dog. Take a moment, y'all. Just reset the body. Again, reset the mind. We'll hold here for the belly breath in to reset. And that breath out the mouth. Nice. So just one more side here. We're going to go ahead and lift the left leg up and high. Left knee to nose. We'll step it through straight into Anjaneyasana. So we're lowering this right knee. Untuck the back toe. And can you raise the arms high? Yeah, so just take a moment. We ought to settle into the hips. And each side might feel a little bit different. So taking time to also acknowledge that as we have differences on both sides, can you acknowledge your body as a whole? Can you acknowledge your body as one? And then if you want to take this a little step further to get a little more into that upper right quad, grab onto your elbows and maybe take a little back bend here. Again, only if that feels okay. So listen to the self. You know yourself better than I do. We're going to hold here for kind of those 3 breaths. So we'll hold here for 3. Breathing here for 2. And then for 1. Noticing once you're ready to let this go, release the bind if you haven't. We'll plant both palms down into a half split. So we're gonna go ahead and lengthen out this left leg. And as you're drawing the left toes up, maybe you inhale the upper body to a half lift. So create that nice flat back. And on the exhale, we'll let this go right over that left thigh. So again, take a moment to just breathe. Breathing a lot of love into that lower body. And we tend to store a lot in the hamstrings too. So give the body grace. I'm gonna hold here for just one more cycle. And then very carefully, we'll take a little peek to the top of our mat. Can you take a slow draw yourself forward into low lunge? And then we'll rise the body up into high lunge. So you got it, y'all. We are here. Allow yourself as you're reaching those fingertips up towards the sky. Maybe there's an even deeper bend of your left knee. These are only temporary postures, so we're not here forever. Not here for too long. We're gonna take those little pulses with the upper body. So we'll cactus out the arms first, take your back bend. And on the exhale, as you press the arms up, we're gonna go ahead and wing them back into a power high lunge. So you're hovering over this left thigh, and we'll take that one more time. Inhale to lift everything back up. Cactus out those arms, take your inhale. Exhale to press those arms up. As you wing them back, we're holding here. Again, just temporary, not here forever. Just one more cycle, breath. And then once you're ready to let it go, we'll open out into our warrior 2. Yeah, so take a moment to land here first. Again, left foot to bisect the arc of the back. And as you sink the hips pretty nice and low, keep reaching out those fingertips. We'll flip the front palm to reverse our warrior. So we'll tip the body back to breathe a lot of love into that left side body. And then use your exhale to land you into your side angle posture. So again, on this side, you have the option, maybe left palm all the way down into the earth, maybe left forearm to your left thigh, or if you want to take that half bind or that full bind, that is also an option too, but take time to breathe. Send a lot of love into that left hip crease. Nice, keep pressing really firm to the outer edge of that back foot, and we'll take just one more cycle of breath here. As you're ready to let this go, keep the bend of your left knee, release the bind if you have it. We'll lift everything back up to reverse our warrior. And on the exhale, we'll cartwheel both hands down, step back to your plank, optional flow to rinse it away. And we're meeting back into down dog. Yeah, really nice work there, y'all. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and raise the right leg up and back first. Right knee to the right wrist, and we'll gently lower the shin for our pigeon posture. Yay. So on the earth, here we are. So we're gonna take a few little pulses here just to get into the upper body. So as you tent onto your fingertips here and press out the finger pads, we'll lift up into a little back bend first. On the exhale, we'll go ahead and release and fold right over this right thigh. And we'll take that 2 more times. Inhaling to lift up and fly. Exhaling to release and fold. 1 more. Inhaling to lift. Exhale to release and relax and take a moment, y'all. So I recommend maybe either drawing the forearms onto the earth here. If you want to reach the arms forward, you can too. Or maybe even the forehead all the way down onto the earth. So you have a lot of options here. And we tend to store a lot in the hip space. So always give your body grace in these moments here, because a lot may be coming up for you, but just take this time to connect to the breath. Maybe close the eyes down. Try to find some ease in the breath, ease in the body. And we'll take about 3 more cycles here. And just 2 more cycles. And just 1 more round of breath. And then very carefully, we're gonna start to walk ourselves up in one little piece here. And if you want to, you can stay right here. If you wanna get a little bit of a quad stretch, we're gonna keep the right palm where it is. Take a little bend of the back knee and maybe you grab for the inside of this left foot. Again, only if that feels accessible, because sometimes we need to listen to our bodies a little more than we think. So if this does not feel okay, just stay into that little press of both palms. And maybe a little peek over your left shoulder if that feels good. Yeah, for the neck. And then take this time to really breathe into that upper left quad. We're gonna hold here for just 1 more cycle of breath. And very carefully, without slingshotting this left foot, release with grace and with care. We'll plant both palms down, tuck the back toe under, lift this left knee up. We'll step back to plank, optional vinyasa flow, and just optional, y'all. So you choose what feels best, and we'll meet back into down dog. Yeah, so from here, I highly recommend just to physically shake out your right leg, pedal out the heels, flutter out the lips, whatever is needed to just let that side go. And then once you guys find a nice solid foundation in down dog, we'll take that collective breath in and clearing it out the mouth. We're gonna take on the other side. So keep the right foot planted. We'll raise that left leg up and back. Left knee to left wrist. We'll gently lower the shin for our pigeon posture. Yeah, take a moment, y'all, to set this whole other part of your body up first. Noticing as you're untucking the back toe, maybe tent onto your fingertips. And we'll take those 3 little ways if that feels okay for the spine. So we'll go ahead and lift the heart up first. Take a little back bend. And on the exhale, we'll go ahead and release and fold right over this left thigh. And then 2 more. Inhaling to lift up and fly. Exhaling to release and fold. And 1 more. Inhaling to lift. Exhale to release and relax. And you take what you need here. So if you want to draw the forearms on the earth, you can. If you want to lengthen the arms forward, you can too, to get even deeper into this expression. But just take this time to just notice again those little subtle differences on both sides. And just trying our best to accept our body as a whole, accept your body as one. And we'll take this time to breathe y'all onto those hips. We're gonna hold here for about just 3 more cycles of breath. And just 2 more cycles here. And just 1 more round of breath. And then very carefully, we'll start to draw ourselves up in one little piece. And as you plant both palms down, option 1 is to stay here. Option 2, as you keep the left palm firm, we'll take a bend of the back knee and grab for the inside of this right foot with the right palm. So noticing as you're drawing that right foot in, it's gonna deepen the release of that upper right quad. I was like, what am I saying? We are here trying our best. So just take this time to breathe into the quad here, y'all, into the hips still. We're gonna hold here for about just 2 more breaths. Maybe that little peek over the right shoulder. Just 1 more cycle here. And then very carefully release that right foot with grace. We'll plant both palms down, tuck the back toe under, step back to your plank. You do have an optional last flow to rinse that away, and we'll meet back into down dog. Yeah, almost there, y'all. So noticing from here, we're gonna take a little peek to the top of our mat. You can look, step, or walk or hop into your forward fold. So from here, we'll just lower the knees down, cross at the ankles, and we'll shift forward to our hips to seated. Yay, you made it seated, here we are. So we're gonna get a little more into the hamstrings here. before we make our way onto our back. So I'm going to recommend that you reach the right leg forward, keep the right foot engaged, and we're drawing the left sole of the foot to the inside of this right thigh here. So keeping the spine long first, we're going to inhale to lengthen the arms up towards the sky, and then hinging from the hips, we'll fold right over your legs. So you can grab onto your feet. If the shins are more accessible, you can place them there, but don't worry too much about rounding out the spine. You just want to release and fold over this right thigh as your body will allow you to. So yeah, allow yourself to fold as is. So take time to breathe love into the back body. Breathing a lot of love into those hamstrings. And we'll hold here for about 2 more cycles of breath. And just 1 more cycle here. And then very carefully, once you draw your spine back to center slowly, we're going to go ahead and come into our stargazer. So we'll place the left palm back behind us, and we'll come onto our left shin, ground down the right foot, reach the right arm back into your full expression of your half back bend. So we'll hold here for the belly breath in to reset. And on the exhale, can you settle the hips back down? And then we'll just go ahead and switch sides. Yes, almost there, y'all. So right foot to the inside of this left thigh. Keep the left foot really nice and engaged. And as you lengthen the arms up, and then hinge from the hips, we'll go ahead and fold right over those legs. Yeah, so then grabbing onto wherever feels accessible. It can be the foot, maybe shins if that feels better, but just release the head down here. So no tension in your neck or upper body. And just take this time to breathe. So we're gonna hold here for about just 2 more cycles of breath. And just 1 more cycle here. And then very carefully, we'll draw ourselves straight back to center slowly. And to reset, we have our little stargazer. So we'll place the right palm back behind us here. Come up onto your right shin, ground down that left foot, reach that left arm back into your full expression of this little half back bend. We'll hold here for the belly breath in to settle. And on the exhale, settle the hips back down. And then release the right foot back in front of you. And we're gonna make rounds to your back. Yay! So from here, I get excited once we get onto our back. I'm like, that's the best part. So we're gonna go ahead and draw the arms alongside us here. Make sure you have enough space behind you for a safe landing. And like you love this body, y'all. We're gonna take it down with care, with a lot of ease, so very slowly and very mindfully, as they say, very demure, all the way down onto the earth. Yay. Here we are, we made it. So we're gonna go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, maybe a little rock from side to side. And as you're rocking the knees from side to side, we'll rock them over to our left into a spinal twist. I recommend to just expand your arms open if you do have the space. If not, just cactus out the arms here. So that little 90-degree angle of the arms. Maybe draw the head or the gaze to the opposite side of your knees. And take the next about just 2 more breaths to breathe into your back body. Just breathing into your twists. One more cycle here. And very carefully, we'll draw both knees back to center slowly, and we'll drop our knees over to the right. So over to the opposite side. Again, maybe you re-expand the arms open or re-cactus. And at this point in practice, I also recommend to close your eyes down or even soften your gaze. This can really start to cool and wind the body down. And we'll take 2 more cycles of breath here. And just 1 more cycle. And then using your next breath in, we'll draw both knees back to center slowly, and we'll make our way into our happy baby. This is our final posture before Shavasana. So grabbing for the inside of the thighs, for the outsides of your feet. You can take a very gentle rock from side to side here if that feels safe. Maybe even a little lengthening of one leg, the other leg, or both. And then if there is anything else you need, you can take it here for the next few breaths. Otherwise, I highly recommend our final rest. So our full Shavasana, allowing your legs to fall out heavy, starting to bring your palms to face up. And just take a little moment here to start to close the eyes down or even softening the gaze. And you are more than welcome to lay here as long as you would like to receive all of the benefits of your practice. And take your time once you make your way out, so no rush, but allow yourself to have an amazing rest of your day. And I hope you tune in soon, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon, everybody. Peace.